The original Roger Rabbit was such a pleasant surprise as it didn't take itself too serious in the slightest. Instead, it focused on being a pure comedy. It was the first and only film that both Mickey Mouse and the Looney Tunes shared the screen together. And after Roger Rabbit's success, Disney were planning on doing a prequel in the late 90s, but the film was ultimately cancelled for many reasons. One of the main reasons that the project was cancelled is because Disney lost the license to include Warner Brothers and Hanna-Barbera characters. Steven Spielberg didn't approve of how natives were going to be portrayed, so wasn't on board with executive producing the feature. And legendary Disney Imagineer Kevin Rafferty revealed in one of his books that it would have cost way too much for the project to be worthwhile for Disney. A completed script does exist, so you never know, maybe Disney will reboot Roger Rabbit and could possibly send the characters to Disney Plus to reintroduce the IP to modern audiences. The Roger Rabbit prequel would have been a buddy comedy featuring Roger and, to my surprise, Mickey Mouse himself. Roger Rabbit 2 was going to be inspired by real-life events, most notably World War II, which ended up being one of many reasons to why the film was cancelled. As like I previously said, Steven Spielberg just couldn't get on board with how the natives were going to be represented. Robert Zemeckis, the director of Roger Rabbit, has read the script and says that it's pretty good, but unfortunately, he was so busy with other projects at the time, such as the Back to the Future movies and Forrest Gump, that he didn't have time to make a sequel to Roger Rabbit. Robert Zemeckis has expressed interest in doing a sequel, so now that he's not so busy, there's a possibility of him returning to direct a Roger Rabbit sequel or reboot. But the problem is that Disney, rightfully so, don't want a Roger Rabbit sequel on their resume, as nowadays, over-sexualized characters and serious adult humour isn't the type of thing that Disney would allow in one of their animated films. They could, however, rework Jessica Rabbit's character design, but this would likely be met with so much backlash, just like the way that Warner Brothers received so much backlash for reworking Lola Bunny's character design in Space Jam: A New Legacy. The death of Bob Hoskins, who played the human lead in Roger Rabbit, is another reason that Disney will probably never do a sequel. I'm not the biggest fan of Roger Rabbit personally, but it does get some chuckles out of me, so when it comes to a sequel, I could take it or leave it. Let me know if you'd like Disney to do a Roger Rabbit sequel or reboot in the comment section below.